record on this computer. Yeah, there we go. We're on.
What?
Perfect. Thank you.
2 years of IT degree.
Yeah. Sweet. All righty, guys. So what happened? Let's start here. So we sent the samples out. Most of you got them. There's a few that have not. So the few that did not receive, you can just tag along in the presentation and see what you will be getting in a few days. I'm talking Boyle up in upstate New York and Lisa and Marty in Atlanta. And we apologize for that, but it's on its way. So I just want to take us through the samples that we sent out, and the reason for us choosing those samples was to just give a broad presentation of the quality of the product, so you can kind of get a feel for here is what we're looking at. And there's a little bit of broad spectrum. We did some steel, we did some bar stools, we sent out a couple of table bases to give you a feel for the table bases and how they assemble. And we already found out that the factory confirmed that they will make the rod 1 inch shorter, so it will be easier to put it together with normal tools we can get out of the hardware store in the future. Updates on just a little something, because it's been over the years we've been working with this Intera Designs. Intera Designs had a good ring. A lot of architects would misunderstand us and think that we were a design firm. You know, like we do interior design, and a couple they have a little bit of a problem with that. What are we opening up the door to an interior design firm? We are interior designers. We don't want to compete with these guys. So, oh, you sell furniture. Oh, okay. Well, we misunderstood. So we have been toying with the contract, and I had taken the web page. I already had the interacontract.com. I had it reserved for 1.5 years now. So we finally stepped on it and said, let's do it now before we go any further, so we don't have any misunderstandings about who we are. So then new price book is coming effective July 1st. So we give people a little heads up. If there's quotes out there, we'll honor them now. It's just a name of the beast. You know, we talked a little bit about it when we were sitting around waiting for people to fill in. The prices are going up. It's the supply chain. It's just crazy. You know, we can't even hold prices for more than a couple of weeks. You know, we placed an order with Pedrali a couple of weeks ago, and it's for 450 Nemea chairs. So it was a significant order, you know, a couple of $100,000. And I went back to the Italian and say, hey, you want to work with us a little bit on this? Because you just increased your prices 11%. So I thought it was harsh, you know, like within a few days, just to go back to the customer and say, well, it's 11% more now. Last week it was this price, and now it's 11% more. Really? That's short notice? So I went back to the Italian and said, you want to work with us a little bit? And they come back and say, oh, the wood and the supply of wood is so strained that we may even have to increase our prices again. So we're like, whoa, let's place your order now. We don't have to wait anymore. So it's a moving target. And I think we will have to get used to it, that the question will be asked more will be, can you deliver? Not so much the price. And it's just a new world. We say here, we work on the shipping issues. Once we have an order, we can with certainty tell you when the product will be here. Pre that, it's very difficult. You know, if you come back and say, generally speaking, can you tell us what can I get 200 chairs for? Place your order, we'll tell you. Otherwise, we're going to float around with these 12 to 14 weeks, which most people don't want to hear, but 12 to 14 weeks actually is really good in this world. Some of the Chinese manufacturers, they say 40, 50 weeks, which is almost a year. So we have a new line coming in, which is Colors, and I'll send out a presentation of those guys. I feel that they are filling in a void in our collection. It's metal seating, metal mesh seating, really cool product, very well priced, 5-year warranty. It fits the whole selection parameters that we use, clean factory, recycled material, et cetera, et cetera. So we will make an announcement on Colors, they're called, which I really feel they're going to be strong for us and make us even stronger as we are in the entire collection. There is
Hey,
a
Vigo,
yes.
excuse me, somebody, I don't think everybody's on mute. It sounds like somebody's typing. I'm having a hard time hearing.
Are you having a hard time hearing me?
Yeah, Vigo, I think when you're talking,
Somebody's typing or something.
I think he's hitting the microphone on his headphones with his hands when he's talking. Actually, I just texted you, Vigo, about that. So it's hard. I know with my Italian style, it's hard not to move your hands, but I think when you're that's the typing sound, Melissa.
How about now?
Yeah, no, it's fine now.
How about
your microphone tapping your zipper?
Ah, that could be.
Yeah, John, maybe that's it.
How about now?
Nice.
Is that better now?
Okay. Yeah. So then, yeah, if everybody else can mute, but
yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I just texted you, Vigo. I actually just texted Sasha, like, can you check if he's hitting the microphone?
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
So we're making we call it a rep webpage resource section on the webpage. So we'll take everything from Google Drive over to the webpage. So you'll be able to log in with a little password, and then you have all the information that we're going to share between the rep groups, which is all the POWs and the product information, the finishes, the delivery times, and all that. That will be on that page on the web page. Showroom samples, move into it quickly. Some of the pieces we sent out to you was a bar stool and a chair from the Kate Emmy collection. Those are in the warehouse in dark gray. If there is a feel out in the market that the color should be any different, that you think another color in that collection will sell better than the dark gray, I picked the dark gray. So maybe it's not a super chill color, but if there's other colors in the collection you think we should be carrying, let me know, and we'll just, what we do with the quick ship, we fill containers. When we ship containers, if we have any room left in it, we just fill it up with quick ship items, so we have them in the warehouse. So those two are just straightforward, very simple chairs. They're stacking, they're outdoor, they're light fast, and they're 5-year warranty. They're inexpensive, and people that need chairs like right away, which is pretty much everybody, well, they can get these two chairs and these two bar stools, Emmy and Kate. One is perforated back and the other one is a solid back.
Vigo, can you go to the next slide? Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. So here you go. You see the what I just quickly talked about. Really good pricing. It has the stackability. It's an outdoor. It's CATAS tested. It's recycled material. It has all of the criteria that people are looking for in very fast, inexpensive seating. We're talking bar stools less under 100 and chairs that are under 100. So we go. What I just talked about, Kate armless 89, Kate barstool 109, Emmy same thing 89 and 109. So those are the 4 chairs and bar stools that we have in quick ship.
And all in gray, just gray?
Yes, we only have that charcoal gray. And as I said, if you feel there's another color that would be more popular, more sellable, let me know, and I don't mind taking it in, because it's, as I said, we fill containers with the product. And so if there's any capacity in any given container, we just fill it up, just because the product is sitting in the warehouse over in Italy. So we can carry other colors if you feel they would sell, and I'll listen to it, and we'll go that direction if you want us to. Another chair we sent out is the Lisa plastic seat, plastic bar backrest. Of course, the collection has a lot more flexibility than just that, but it is the most popular model that we sell in that chair. It's also available in the Go Green collection, which is the recycled material in the back end seat. Limited color selection, but it's a very straightforward chair. Design won bunch of awards over in Europe in 2020, and it's a whole collection. So we have bar stools, high low. We have upholstered, weatherproof material, waterproof material, and marine rope and nylon. It has a lot of different options in that chair. So the one we sent to you is the one we have in the picture. I think we had a couple of colors going through. I saw some yellows and I saw some greens, but it is in your hands right now. It's an easy chair to sit in, very comfortable. It's an outdoor chair, so it gives you a lot of options. See the collection, how broad it is. You know, we have the Lisa Lounge in the marine robe. We have the plywood seat back, and then the upholstered in bar stool as it's shown over here. Go green technopolymer, and it's really elegant when we work into the gold plated and the dark or the black chrome. It can work in restaurants. Like the black chrome is the black one you see in the center of the picture there on the left hand lower picture in the black. That's called black chrome. Really, really beautiful finish. Bar stools, wine bars, cafes, outdoor. You know, it has a lot of possibilities with that with the Lisa collection. Lady B, also a super popular chair. Lady B, I've used it in hotel rooms as a desk chair, upholstered with trestle base, castered, but it can be straight legs, it can be sled base. I mean, it's really now it's turning out to be a cost-effective chair at 130. There's just across the board, you know, anything starting at 100 is now considered less expensive, you know. Collection goes into lounge and bar stools. Technopolymer is also available in the Go Green. So we have the recycled material in fewer colors, but it's a beautiful product. It has a lot of ring with the hotels and the restaurant owners when we say recycled material that is already manufactured from a recycled product. See here how the collection spreads out. So the seat frame the seat shell is the same across the board. So when you upholster over a plastic shell. So there's no difference between the trestle base and the sled base on the left, except for its foam and then upholstered. Very tight in its presentation with the fabric. So it's a really beautiful chair. It kind of like is a sculpture. And I say when we do hotel rooms, you really have to send a message when you make a hotel room, any room, you're sending a message with a chair. The chair is not just a attached chair. It's a chair that brings a little bit of flavor of home into the room. And I think that's important when you do that, that you don't make the room look so industrial, you know, with a attached chair with mesh back and the price is almost the same, you know, whether you do one or the other. You can do a wood frame as well. And all the woods, as we have talked about many times, FSC certification on all the wood. So that means all the wood comes from man-made forest. You cut a tree, you plant one. So that's the basic philosophy of FSC is you take one out, you put one in. Here's a couple.
One thing I'd love to add, Vigo, is that when we a couple years ago were really going into co-working spaces because they wanted that sense of, you know, functional chair for really beautiful conference rooms and meeting, but then also have a lounge version. It was a great, one of the reasons we sent it to you as samples. It's so versatile. The shell can be different colors, and you can, you know, do it in so many different areas and give it a very different look, from sled to the caster. And it's comfortable. It's extremely comfortable. That's one of the reasons we had success with it at some of the larger co-working spaces, is that people could sit in it all day long in a conference room, which was really important. So not only does it look beautiful, you can sit in it. And one thing, you know, if you know, for instance, that maybe in a couple years, you'd like one of your clients to be able, they'd like to be able to maybe freshen up their look, well, they could keep the shell and maybe just get different color legs, or, you know, there's a lot of different ways that this is a functioning chair. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah. And it's probably one of the best selling chairs they have in the production over the years. It's not a new chair. It's been in production for almost 10 years now, but it is sold like just enormous. And for the people that kind of know about design, it goes back to a Finnish designer called Saarinen. 1950, he designed a chair called Kilta, and that is this chair. I mean, it's that there's so many versions of that chair, but it goes back to the original inspiration from one of the masters in furniture design, Saarinen. Anyway.
Vigo, quick question. Is the Lady B task chair only available when it's in swivel? I mean, you have the trestle, but you also have the caster.
Correct. And it's available in any version. You can go upholstered or unupholstered, either or. You know, it has all these variances that you can use.
I think John was referring to the swivel factor.
Okay, well, the swivel is it's adjustable and it's swivel, so that's where it comes from. And then it's either.
John, let me know in the chat if that answered the question. If not, we'll go back to it.
Yeah. Did it, John?
Well, can you get casters on a 4-leg?
Yes. See in the picture?
Here, go back
I'm
a
sorry.
slide,
I'm
Vigo.
sorry. Go back one slide. Here we go. On the wood leg over there, you cannot get casters on that. The castered versions are only the two in the center on the trestle base.
Okay, so the task, it appears, is when I say swivel, the chair itself spins around on the.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Thank you.
CC is fast becoming the new chair. I mean, it is so unbelievably popular in Europe. It's just selling gangbuster over there, and I mean, I can see why. You know, it has all these design awards already. The most predominant one, and the one they should be the proudest of, is the Red Dot. The Red Dot Design Award comes out of Czechoslovakia, and that's it. I mean, you win that, you are now on the plate, and that's SCAP, what they have been doing the last couple of years. They have really engaged with quality, high-end designers already named, you know, and then they design something like this that has. When I see the chair, there are two things that I see right away. Seat and back is the same. So in production, well, that's a bonus right there, because you can make a chair like that with large quantities, and that's what they do. So they knew when they brought the chair to market, they had to be able to deliver large quantities quickly, and that's the name of the game today. You know, it's just like I think within the next, say, 5 to 6 months, we will be back to the point where we can have chairs in people's hands in 5 to 6 weeks. It's not happening today. Let's be real about it, but we will get there. We will get there at a price. That's not going to change. I don't think the shipping industry is going to give up the amount of money they're taking in right now. It's not going to change. So just roll with the punches, but we will be able to get chairs to the market much faster than we are today. Lots of colors available. The steel frame and the seat in the back is galvanized before they paint it. So it's galvanized, dip galvanized, which makes the chair, it can live in any environment. It can live in salt water. It can live anywhere. It's an true outdoor chair, which makes it really cool. The seat pad that you see attached to the lower part of the picture on the right-hand side of the picture is the same for the back. You know, so the seat pad can be the back pad. So you can really, with two pads, upholster the chair full on. And the pad has like a little wraparound strap, so it's not falling off. You know, it's really a very well thought of product. Stackable makes it, you know, for squares and people that check the chairs in and out day and night. You know, it's just a very cool chair. It is super elegant in the wood version. Now we're talking mahogany. FSC mahogany is really sorry about that. It's an expensive wood species to work with when you have mahogany. So, but anyway, it's at the $444 mark. It gets a little price sticky. Nevertheless, we have people that just look at it once and they go like, "This is what we want." You know, this is the chair we want. So we showed in the solid seat, there's the CC and then the CC barcode and then CC dot. And you see the price points down there below. A couple of pictures of the chair in its environment. It's also available in a armchair. And here in the upper right, it's paired with the table frame that we sent out to you, the Tripé. That table frame is also getting a lot of traction in the market just because of its elegance. You know, it's a very good looking, simple, elegant chair. Table frame. Top chairs, indoor, outdoor. We just want to touch base on a little bit. Indoor is the Marlene chair by Alma. You've seen it now, and I think it takes to see and touch that chair to really feel the beauty of it. It is just a phenomenal product. That chair can live in any environment. It can live in restaurants. It's such a beautiful chair in its finish. It's either manufactured in a shiny nylon, which is black and white, or the transparent, the smoke, the clear, the greens, the blues. I mean, there's a couple of colors in the translucent. Just presents itself very well, and it's a recyclable product. It is not manufactured from the recycled material, but it is a recyclable product. You see here how it's presenting in different settings. You know, you can go into Baroque 1800 and you go into wine bars, and it just has a very distinct look. It's also an outdoor chair, as you can see in the lower right. It really is a very cool chair. The Amy is a very light, is very well manufactured in the injection molding technique. But it's a very light chair. It's a smaller chair, so it's a typical cafe. You know, when you go into spaces where there's not a lot of room and people don't sit for a long time. So it's just one of the chairs that we have in the injection molding. There's probably altogether maybe about 60 or 70 chairs that we have in injection molding. And a lot of them priced considerably less than this. This chair here just has all the beautiful finishes to it. The other chairs, I think you'd notice when you see the K chair, it's a chair manufactured fast. You know, don't ask too many questions about it. It's a straightforward. It's a workhorse. It's well manufactured. It's $100. So a cafe that doesn't go all the way to the style, you know, the Amy is offering, well, there's plenty of other options there to work with. It's stackable, 6 different colors. It can come with a cushion, seated cushion, as you can see there. So it has some elegance to it. Present it to the designers and they will appreciate it. So the different collections here, we have indoor, outdoor, different colors going into restaurants, cafes, bars. And then we also sent you a copy of the Ginevra. The Ginevra is I really am. I'm very fond of the Ginevra chair, and I think you when you look through the catalog, you will see the Escape collection has a lot of focus on this chair model in various different configurations, so to speak. The seat can be different, the back can be different, no arms, but it's all stackable. It has that same shape, and it's you know, starting at 210 with the arms. So without arms, we're in the 140s, 145s. It has the reinforced fiberglass, so it's a very, very strong chair. It has a temperature range of -10 to about 120. So you can be desert, you can be mountain, you can be in the snow, and the chair still has the flexibility even at -10, and so it's not going to break. And it's by using the proper technopolymer material, the high quality technopolymers, you get that temperature range. Whereas if you take the lesser expensive technopolymer, that temperature range really shrinks. You know, it can't go into the cold. It becomes brittle and it breaks. And most people, they find out that when they buy cheap furniture from Home Depot and they're sitting in the backyard, well, if you're in the freezing, it can be a problem. Stackable, can go on carts, etc. So it's a chair that can go inside and outside, you know, in cafes and restaurant styles, as you see here. Also available in a lounge chair. The lounge chair, lower right, really is one of those chairs that I call balcony chairs. You know, when you go on balcony sets in hotels, 2 chairs and a table. there is your selection right there. It's just straightforward. Hotel owners love that chair because it's UV resistant, easy to clean, has a good seating comfort, and it's less expensive. So then we sent you.
Vigo, do you mind just pausing to see if there's any questions? I know you're going really swiftly through things, and I just want people to have a second before we go into the stool and the tables.
Sure.
I know John asked about the scratching of the marlene, the shiny nylon. When you get to that really, really opaque, shiny colors, it is very durable. Can it scratch over time? Yes, but definitely it's not a major issue that they have.
No.
And also, it's not a chair, it is stackable, but I would not stack it. Personally, I would not encourage my clients to stack it. Melissa, the Marlene. So there's questions coming in, and I just want to take a moment to let everything that you're saying absorb.
I can address the durability of the material. We sold years ago. We sold 2 similar style quality chairs to Walt Disney Imagineering, the new theme park in Shanghai. We had 1,100 chairs go out there, and they tested. I mean, they tested. It is the strongest material of any material we have in production. Of all the chairs, it is the clear, translucent material that you see. Chairs like the Marlene, of course, is in it, but the Blitz, the Ghost chair. I mean, those chairs that are made in that material, it is unbelievably strong. There's no breaking. You can toss it off a 5-story building and it's not going to break. There's just no way. Somebody has chains hanging off his back pocket, straight off his Harley Davidson. Yes, you'll ruin anything. It doesn't matter what it is, but that's what it takes. It takes that kind of abuse for the chair to be scratched. Anything else in between, no, it's not an issue.
There's also a question. Thank you, Vigo. But Melissa had a question. The temperature range for the Ginevra, you talked a lot about it working well in the cooler temperatures. It does work as well in the higher temperatures, having that flexibility.
Yes. In the higher temperatures, we want to be observant about your color selection when you go into the desert. The darker colors, it can be a problem, especially black. I mean, black can be burning hot if it's sitting in the sun, and you sit on a black chair that has been sitting in the sun for an hour or two. You can get second-degree burns, if you're not, careful about it. So lighter colors. When we get around swimming pools, spa areas, anything that is close to chlorine, we again want to stay away from the darker colors because they will fade by being in touch with chlorine. So swimming pool areas, lighter white, yellow, lighter greens, lighter reds, stuff like that is much better. It gives you more longevity of the chair, as when people sit in it with the wetsuits and bring chlorine water to it, it will fade. It's not happening overnight, but eventually it will fade. So it's just stay away from the darker colors for those 2 reasons. The dark colors outdoor, no go, indoor in swimming pools, because it will fade. And so it's just simple knowledge about it. The bar stool, you can see the bar stool seat, and I posted on LinkedIn and got the same response. And I say, here's the oval. It's the chair and the bar stool really speaks the same language. It's just 2 different designers, but they clearly were sharing notes. When they designed these ones here. So it's just a straightforward, very simple design, simplicity. The seat can be upholstered. It can be upholstered for outdoor in the waterproof. It can be a wood seat. It has got a lot of flexibility in its presentation, and you see it starts right at $200 for the bar stool. A couple of shots, with the tricks paired with the CC chair, and they clearly speak the same language, design language. Once you put a seat, upholstered seat on it, here's a whole different feel. You know, it makes it elegant, and at the same time, you know, it's just a different feel. Tables, we sent you a couple of table bases. I think when I saw the Tripé when it came out a couple of years ago, I was just right away, this one will be a winner. There's no question. The elegance of it is just indisputable, and I was right. It's good to be right sometimes, because we sell a lot of those guys, a lot of requests on it, and in Europe it's all over the place. I like that the four top, you know, where they kind of combine the two and make a table frame out of it that really speaks a four top instead of two frames that would go on it, which we do with other bases. We took two bases on it to give the stability to the table. But here's it's a true four top with good access all the way around the perimeter of the table, because the table base is in the center. So there is no obstruction on your chairs moving around the perimeter of the table. It's available in folding or fixed, in coffee height, dining height, or full height, which we now see a fair amount of restaurants going in and say, well, we offer outdoor standing, you know, so there are no chairs involved in it. So it's now just tables going into a certain area, and people are standing like in bar settings. There's not even chairs involved in it. The folding table is, because of the three prong, you can see how it can stack. You can nest, so that the legs fit well inside each other, and you nest it at about 5 inches. So, you know, 5 tables, well, about 2 feet, you know, so it's 24, 25 inches on the nesting of it. So it nests very well. It's when we do tables, it's all about how bottom heavy do you make the table. And I think when you see the Tripé and lift it, you can feel that the weight is down low, and that gives the table a much better balance. So we can then support tops up to 31.5 inch round and 27.5 square, or those are the 2 tops, or the 4 tops can be 30, 48. And that's the 4 top, but with a different base configuration. Starting at 163, we're sort of like in the mid to lower market right now. It's not breaking into the high end, but with the design feature, I don't think it's an obstruction that the table costs 163. It's kind of goes with the flow of, if you have a design, you know, you expect to pay money like that. So you can see there, you know, the tilt mechanism going into it, and the 3 different heights. There is a triangular shape that is very popular. So it kind of follows the design of the foot, you know, that the triangular shape of the tabletop is kind of interesting. Lots of different materials that the table can be delivered in, and I know we're addressing that on the web page right now, that we're getting more of those materials involved in the web page. And just quickly, yesterday with CNC Contractor in Charlotte, we touched base on something that we thought everybody knew, but we had not been communicating it well enough. When you look at the product numbers, there's either an A, which is Alma, at the end of the product number. So when you look at the product number, you can see what original factory is coming from. If it's P, it's Pedrali. If it's S, it's SCAP. If it's D, it's Drigani, and then it's going to be Colors. Now there will be a C at the end of it. So the 4 numbers and then a letter, and that letter indicates what factory the product is coming from. So that kind of can direct you to their web pages. If you want to go deep into their web page, you know where to go from it if you just look at that last digit in the product number. The Nemo is the workhorse. I mean, this is their table frame they have been selling for years and years. And it actually won the design award in 17. That was probably 15 years after it was launched. So it took a while, but now it's noticed on the design as well. But that's a workhorse. It's a super stable, can take the bigger tops, you know, 31.5 round and 27 square. It's folding. The folding mechanism is offering a handle as well. So when you fold the table over, and
you can see it on the next slide too.
Oh, it's on the next slide there. There we go.
Yeah, that's the two base, but it's the same for one
Yeah.
base.
Yeah. So it's just very, very easy to carry the table in and out, you know, when it's folded. It doesn't nest straight. You can see it's a little bit offset. So it takes a little bit more room than the tripé when you set it up. But folding tables, you know, 15, 20 at the most, maybe. I don't think it's an obstruction. It just takes a little bit more room, you know, to fold it and put it away. So here we go. Now you can ask all the questions. No, that was easy.
You guys have any questions? I know Vigo, that was record time. You kind of went really quickly through all of that.
Yeah. I mean, today is a good day to make some money, right?
Really what I want to emphasize, the way that we broke down this training, and I'll send you also the slideshow if that helps. We put in the new pricing that'll come out with the price book on July 1. Also, the idea that the Lisa chair, the CC chair, and the Lady B chair are really part of a bigger collection. So you can even show it to your clients knowing, hey, for instance, the Lisa can be so many different things, from bar stool to lounge chairs. Same with the Lady B. The CC just has so many different offerings, from the barcode, the dot, the plain, and to the wood. So really just seeing that as the bigger picture. And I spoke with Vigo, you know, in hindsight, one of the other things we'd like to bring in for samples for everybody is Zebra. That's probably one of the most requested everyday chair. It's actually right here in this slide. So that will be something we'll look into, and possibly the summer table. As Vigo said, if there are colors, like Tamara, you asked about the colors. If there are colors that you'd like us to carry in stock, you know, if there's one of the lighter colors, whether it's sand or something else, let us know. And, you know, our goal here is to continue to support you. I know we've spoken to some of you one-on-one. We will have chance over the next couple of weeks to just have time to go in deep in any of the market support we can give you, and continue to do these on a monthly basis for you, so that whatever we can do to support you, from samples or, you know, I'm really appreciative, John and Rob, you know, pointing out that we didn't have the tabletops besides Pedrali on our website. So those are our priority. We're going to take care of that this week. And I actually, Vigo, I'm going to just show you, you briefly mentioned it, but I think it's really helpful to show how to know which product is from which manufacturer. Let's see, can I share for a minute? You have to. Okay,
I'll share you.
No, here we go.
Oh, there you go.
So if you, let me get out of here. It's not letting me exit. Come on. And try that again. Sorry, guys. I don't know. I was just stuck on that. Okay. So if you look here, why is it not sharing it? Come on, Zoom. Sorry. There we go. Okay. If you look here, how it says CC Wood and there's an S at the end of the product, that's what Vigo was mentioning. You know, if you need to know, well, what finishes does this chair come in? And we haven't been good about communicating this, so I'm so sorry. We did this internally, knowing that it was even hard for us to know, well, what colors does this come in? What finishes? So if you click on our product and it says S, that means it's from S Cobb. P at the end, like you see here, the Liberty 4200P, that means it's a Pedrali product. And so on. So if you see here, it's the Amy 1091A means it's Alma. Hopefully that will help, because we do know that there are a lot of SKUs. So just to help, if your client has a question, they want to know about colors, you can instantly look at the last letter, A for Alma, P for Pedrali, S for Escob, D for Dragani, and then we'll have the C for Kolos. And then you can go right away to look at what those finishes are. Hopefully that's helpful.
It's awesome.
And then I know with the new price book, something else that Vico mentioned is really, we're going to take a hard look at products that we haven't sold for the last 6 to 10 years and just take those out of our books so that we can really be focused and concise and make it easier for you as well. Are there any other questions? Okay,
I don't.
thank you.
I have a quick question, y'all.
Yeah.
Will we have access, or can y'all share this presentation with us?
Yes, absolutely. So what I typically do, just so you know, Kelly, I typically upload it to YouTube so that it can just be there for perpetuity and you guys can always have access to it. And then I'll also, so it takes me a little bit of time to do that just because, all the uploading. And then I'll send you also the a PDF of this slide deck.
Okay, that'd be perfect. We had a couple people that couldn't make it, so that's all.
Absolutely. So we'll make sure we get the recording. I might be able to just send you also the Zoom link to watch the recording as well.
Okay, thank you.
You're
Mhm.
welcome.
Great.
Perfect.
Well, thank you
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
so much.
Thank you,
Awesome.
everyone. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. Hopefully everybody's doing something fun.
Thank you.
You too.
everyone.
Awesome.
Thank you. That was great.
You're welcome. Okay.
All right.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Take it easy. Bye-bye.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Vigo. Thanks, Crystal.
Exactly, Nick.
Yeah.
Go make some money, Nikki. That's what she just put in there.
Thank you guys.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.